Welcome in to the new members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. We have some interesting developments here this morning with XRP as another whale bought approximately, I believe it was 74 million XRP tokens during this recent dip. As we know, we had 300 million XRP bought during the dip down to around 58 and some change. So it looks like XRP could be building an imminent rally here. And that isn't necessarily to say that we're breaking out and we're going to some kind of bull run and all that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is it could be building up this move for a back test here from the drop points. And there's a couple in particular, one at 64.6 cents approximately. And the other notable one is up. We have the rising channel resistance around 67 cents in current time frame from June of 2022. But then we also have it's up at about 69 cents right now. If we look at the rising channel that we fell out of, that started in February 20, or it started on February 27th of this year. So there are a few different targets. So maybe if the whales are buying in and we do have a move here, if we get supported by Bitcoin, it could be telling us something here, at least in the early going, that maybe they're hinting at some kind of rally here to at least back test. Even if we are bearish, that still leaves some 10-15% in some cases where they could make a quick buck here. So we got to look at that. We'll read that article towards the end of this update. And then we're going to look into Bitcoin. As overnight, I thought it was pretty interesting with Bitcoin. As yesterday, we came down to 66,283. But last night, we kind of came down here, 68,112. We never made much of an effort, though, to come any farther. We didn't get any great push in volume. But what I notice here is I know it's not great volume, but at least it's pushing up here in the 45. So we start looking at it, it's 223, then 269, and 375. It's not a ton of Bitcoin, but it's at least moving in the upward direction. So we'll see if we get a candle here and start pushing up, because it seems like they went for some liquidity strikes for the longs already overnight. And obviously yesterday when it rotated down to like 68,000. So we'll see if it actually liquidated, which would be a shame for some who went long. But that's what happens. That's why I say spot is king. But if you want to leverage trade, be careful. But it was up at about 69,500. Imagine it came all the way down 1,500 points just to come up here and finish the eventual move, the double top or whatever the decision is here if it does come up. So those leverage traders are already, they're done if for one reason or another. Now with XRP, it's pretty interesting because of those levels we've talked about, how we really could back test. And we'll go over it. But just a quick overview so you can see what I'm talking about. This is the little ascending formation that it has to come up to now. It's right about 64.6. It's right there now. So even if it's bearish, one would assume that it would come up here and get a rejection. But it's never, it's oftentimes dangerous to assume. And we can actually put in a new pattern that was formed, which is kind of interesting, overnight. So we'll see exactly what's going to transpire here. And then we'll also go over the different levels with XRP that we would have to come up to in resistance terms to try to move out of here. But we'll see what happens here. But right now, this could be the last little bullishness coming out of Bitcoin for a little while over this thinly traded weekend. This would be the time for them to move it up a little bit if that's what they're trying to do. Finish off these technical moves. If it can break out of these areas and somehow Bitcoin, if we want to go optimistic this morning, if Bitcoin can get over that 71,000 level, it's like 71,100, hold and keep pushing. Technically, Bitcoin pushing out of here, a short-term target, if we just want to talk about the handle that was created, and let's just say it could move, yeah, we're not going to get to 150, but we could just have a short-term blow off the top here to 89,000 if we could break up. I know it seems crazy, but that could be what's going to happen. That's one of the scenarios in an alternate universe right now in a different timeline that's playing out right now. So hopefully this one, we get a little bit of that good grace. So that's what I'm looking at this morning. Please make sure to hit that like button if you are watching this update so that YouTube will recommend this update. It allows not just new viewers but old viewers as well to find their way back to the community by simply hitting that like button, and YouTube recommends it. When somebody's looking through the feed, it's part of their algorithm now, so it shows up on their feed. So let's help somebody find the information. So I just thank everybody, and a special shout out to the members of Tom's Army, because you continue to pay it forward and allow me to do what I do best here, and that's be here with you guys every step of the way. Good morning, 8:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, March 9th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. I've actually been looking over the market for about 2 hours now, just looking at it. I woke up and I couldn't fall back to sleep. I got up just before 5:45, right around. Only slept for like 4 hours, but I just couldn't sleep. So I looked at the market and tried to get a good adaptation in my own mind of what was going on. So if we look at a short term, this is what I was watching overnight. So this is the formation I was watching overnight. And now it came back up. And as we talk about these pesky, see this bull flag that was here. Now we create the small one in kind of the similar fashion, but smaller. So now, if it does play out true, and this doesn't leave us much room, folks. If you're watching, this doesn't leave much room here if it doesn't break out. That means today we're only going to have like a range of 1.86% here. So we've created a whole nother slew of problems here when we start breaking down like this. But at least we're right now is holding this range. That's not a lot of room here. So like, I know a lot of people in the live yesterday, and we were talking, and it's like yesterday our problem was not just being able to come up, we have to come up here and retest. And we were theorizing that we could come up here and retest this 64.8 cents. But now when we look at it, now we've created another problem in between. It's another obstacle, yet another obstacle, I should say. We created this formation. So now before we can even get to 64.6, now we got to get sort of be layered. So basically, if you're looking for resistance this morning, in my opinion, resistance 1 is 63.4 cents. Resistance 2 is 64.6 cents, in my opinion. That's in my opinion. You know, this is my technical analysis. Just because of these formations that are set up. So let's just think about this. If we can get through what we would have to do here, and I know this is going to be a lot of information, but I think you deserve to know it. If we could just get through this area, first it's about 63.4 cents. That's your first major resistance. 63.4 cents is resistance 1. Support 1 this morning is right here down about 62.1 cents. So you're looking to hold 62.1 cents and then ultimately trying to break out of the first target of 63.4 cents. If we can get out past 63.4 cents, that would put us clear on the way to this next resistance, which now we come up to resistance 2. Right about here, we say it's about 64.8 cents. Now, if we draw it throughout the day, so now our resistance 2 becomes, let's just get out here to the end. We'll just say 65.3 cents. So we've got resistance 1 at 63.4 cents, resistance 2 at 65.4 cents. And then if we get outside of that, then we can start to retest this rising channel resistance. But that's resistance 4 at about 69.2 cents. And the reason for that is resistance 3, as we know, is that rising channel resistance from June of 2022 that you can't just skip. We can't just skip this layer. This is not the right chart. Oh, yeah, I'm in the 45. Yeah, we can't just skip this chart right here. So this is the rising channel resistance from June of 2022. So if you're new here, these are the charts that you need to pay attention to. So this would be resistance 3 right here. So basically, resistance 1, 63.4 cents. Resistance 2, 65.3 cents. Resistance 3, 67 cents now in today's terms. And then resistance 4 is going to be the most pivotal one, or the most pivotal one at 69.3 cents, if we can get up there. So if the bulls are stacking in and they're looking for some kind of rally, the whole theory is maybe they're just looking for a back test up here and it could go 11%, but we've got stopping gaps, so there's no reason to get excited just yet, but there's reason to be optimistic. First step, we got to get past 1.5%. Second step is about, let's get to the top, 4.61%, and then third level is about 12%. So that's what you're looking at. A 1.5% rally, 4.3% rally, or about 12%. So 1.4, 4, 12 is what we're looking at. So we got a couple resistance in between. Actually, you know what? We forgot about the 66 or 67 cents. We also got a 7.43% in between for the third level. So just for now, to keep it simple, when you're looking at the technical analysis this morning, keep it simple. The one that I found the most information in this morning was this one that I formed overnight. And then it just started playing true within it. Even when it had the drop, it used it as a support structure as of right now. So besides the wick. So it's pretty interesting to me that this is still playing true. So if it does, we know it comes up to that about 63.3 cent resistance at the worst. This is where I feel like they take advantage of a perfect opportunity here, because somebody who's doing a short-term charting, they're going to say, you know what? XRP fell outside of this. It's time to go short. And right before they know it, it's just a wick down. And they're like, well, you know, and now they're sitting in a spot where they're like, man, I wish I would have bought it going long. Just because right now they got such a short window here where if it breaks below here, you know you're done. But right now it's back into the structure. Now the likelihood is if it just plays it out true, it's not a big move, so don't let you think it's going to pump or anything just on this. But it at least brings it back up. So my theory always is that the trading bots are looking to liquidate the leverage traders, whether it's up and down. So even if the move's meant to go up, they're going to liquidate the longs by making it look like it. Then you're going to get people on board. Then it starts dumping. And then they get people to start opening up the shorts at the same time. And now it starts compounding the liquidations. So sure, some people are going to make out. But the majority of people that aren't in spot end up losing their money over time. It's like a casino. So that's what we need to pay attention to this morning with XRP. I think all of that I showed is very relevant. And I think it's all very necessary to understand all of the levels, because I know every day new people do come in, and I've got to be more diligent to show the charts in that aspect, how I did this morning, just so that we can see the stages and how there are actually 4 stages of resistance here before we can even get to the real level that we want to get to. And that's the 77-month consolidation we're in, that we've been stuck in since all-time highs in January of 2018. We've got to get out of that formation, but that's up at 75 cents, and that's not even worth showing right now because we got to get through all of these resistance. So even if we get through, it'll end up back testing and then back up, back test, back, and it's going to do it by layers. So another thing we have to pay attention to, besides the whales that we talked about, buying another, you know, decent bag of XRP on this recent dip, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now, we have that very big pivot point at 66,283, and it actually held that, which tells us that we're probably going to have another resistance up here, and we still have a technical target to figure out, or to at least fulfill. Our technical target, once we created that drop initially, we created a bull flag out of it, and if we played true and didn't lose 66,283, the technical target was 71,169. We have not hit that. The highest we've gone is 70,208. And I'm very stingy with the numbers. So it very well could have tried to liquidate everybody again, right? Look at this. This is what I mean. So even if you made a good decision going long, let's just say you bought up here. When all of a sudden you're already down 3.47%. Well, let me tell you, most people, 20%, you're pretty done. So what does it do? It comes down here after a nice push up, and you would think it already had a nice V-shaped recovery, nice retest after a big dump of over 10,000. So what does Bitcoin do? It comes down all of a sudden some 5.5%, some 3,850 points. Then everybody's like, oh, surely it's a good short now. But it didn't lose the pivot level, and now it comes back up. And now you look at it, and before you blink, now it's up another 1,600 points from where you went short. And now it's a nightmare. And then last night, it started breaking back down again, and everybody's who's going short are like, oh, here it is. And now before you can blink again, it's back up at, I think it's over 68,600 all of a sudden now, roughly, since we've been on. So now we start talking, and now XRP is starting to move a little bit in that rotation we talked about when we first started. And the reason why it's important is because this is our first layer. We're trying to find some resistance or areas that are going to tell us we're going to start pushing a little bullish, but we haven't found one yet. So the most important one that I've found, and we'll go back to Bitcoin, is this one right now. Because if we do break up, it might be just a fake out. And then if we get rejected here, it's back on high alert, because then the longer you consolidate in this. So if we're going to break out, it better do it on this next push up more than likely. Otherwise, it starts to do this ascending formation. And the longer you're within it, I mean, the more of a chance we're going to come down. So basically, what I'm expecting this morning, one last time, is XRP probably to come up to the 633 mark. And at least see if this is bearish now that it came down. And this is another thing, like there'll be people mad that are doing the leverage side of trading instead of just spot trading, because they get down and all of a sudden it's down 25% or 30%. Maybe they are on a higher leverage and they're done. just to watch it. If it does hold this, they're going to see it come up here and likely break their own top. And then they're going to be sitting there saying, I'm never trading XRP again. Maybe they don't even have spot XRP. And then they're just done. And that's another way to have a negative connotation around crypto. But that's just gambling. You know, if we buy spot and we build it in a proper way, we can build the structure like we want. If you're looking to buy XRP, or if you're trying to leverage or spot trade, look in the video description below or the pinned comments. BITUNIX, whether you're in the USA or Canada, since 2022 in the USA and Canada in 24, they have a trading license and they have lowest spot fees and futures leverage trading fees on the market in the USA, and you don't need a VPN. So that to me is just, it's a peace of mind. I don't want to use a VPN. I don't want to have to feel like I'm doing something wrong by trading crypto. It doesn't feel right if I have to use a VPN, so I won't use the exchange. And unlike Uphold, the fees are so much less that I've saved so much. It's actually makes me sick sometimes to think of how much I lost, you know, by trading there, knowing that this company's been around and never got rid of XRP in the USA. So take that advice, take advantage of that. If you do appreciate my work, consider one time per month sending a YouTube super chat or joining Tom's Army to pay it forward. Make sure you do hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this video. And if you are in the UK and you're like, Tom, I wish I could trade, but BITUNIX, I can't do it. Look at MEXC right now if you're outside the USA, especially my friends over in Australia and the UK and that side of the world. Because there is no spot fees for the next few weeks on MEXC. It's just us in the USA. We can't take advantage of it unless you're already on the exchange. So take a look there. With Bitcoin, what we were finishing, and then I'll get into that article. Bitcoin right now, it looks like we could possibly have this inverted hammer candle. This was the disguised bear trap on this last candle in the 2 hourly. I was watching it the last 2 hours. That's particularly why I stayed up. But it put in what is actually a dragonfly doji, which is actually a bullish candle, but it disguised it as a bearish candle. So I believe that was a bear trap there. Just, they already trapped people here to get them out. And then as they thought it was coming up, they figured, oh, you know what? What other way? Maybe people had stop losses on when they were sleeping. So it was just a quick wick down. But now it's showing more of a bullish proposition. Not that there's a lot of upside potential. But like I said, even if it just fills out this technical target, this is about a 4% move. That's could be a 4% move for Bitcoin. So let's just watch this as the day develops. And we know we finished a long-standing cup here on Bitcoin that started back April of 2021. And it took 3 years to finish, as it finished March of 2024. Now our speculation was, do we have to come down here and build a bigger handle? Or was our first chance coming down here and just garnering, we garnered about 10,000, right around here. Is that a big enough cup or big enough handle to support the move? What I mean is, we had a 3-year cup. Is that handle big enough? Or are we going to have to make a bigger one? You know, or is it even going to have to be bigger than this and have to come down to like 35 or 30, you know? So is it big enough right now? If it is, and this breaks free, 89,000 based on the size of the handle, I believe we could support a move to. It's just, we would have to break free of 71,190 or 169, and then it could be a straight shot there. And then maybe that's how it comes down and it starts to build something. And then if it's not meant to come down farther, it could build a big handle like that and then go up. But that's the speculation. It's either going to do that or it's going to rotate down and try to build a bigger handle. That's our choices with Bitcoin here. Let me know in the comments what you think. And just so that I can get this update out there, as it's already been 19 minutes, let's read this, and then I'll let you go. If you made it until the end, make sure you type in the comments, hashtag be better, do better. XRP whales buy 74 million coins from Binance, sparking optimism rally imminent. And let's read the story highlights real quick so we know what we're getting into. XRP whales on buying spree accumulate roughly 74 million coins. These accumulations sparked immense curiosity among traders and investors globally as it surfaced amid the token's potential optimistic run to $1, accompanied by a wave of bullishness showcased by derivatives data. XRP price drops today, although an upward movement may be imminent. In an intriguing turn of events witnessed recently, XRP, a cryptocurrency backed by Ripple Labs, birthed the tidal wave of speculation across the broader crypto market As it noted, 73.81 million coins accumulated from a centralized exchange, nabbing significant attention across the global crypto realm. These transactions showcasing accumulating worth 45.87 million piqued the interest of crypto market traders and investors globally, as XRP appears to be riding the optimistic wave to potentially reach $1. Meanwhile, the Ripple-backed token traded in the red as of writing, birthing speculations over the coin's contrasting price action compared to the accumulations. Derivative data, however, showcased a bullish sentiment among investors, aligning with the colossal accumulations witnessed as I mentioned above. According to the data revealed by blockchain tracker Whale Alert, the aforementioned amount was accumulated in 4 noteworthy whale transactions. Moreover, all these transactions showcase XRP accumulated from Binance, the world's leading cryptocurrency exchange. In alignment with the first XRP whale transaction, recorded 18.4 million coins worth 11.52 million accumulated from Binance by an unknown wallet. Whereas the second transaction noted the accumulation of 18.52 million XRP worth 11.39 million from the same sex by the address as seen below. Similarly, the third and fourth transaction also illustrated XRP accumulated by Binance, the wallet address as seen, withdrew 18.46 million XRP worth 11.45 million USD, whereas the wallet address, yada yada, accumulated 18.43 million XRP worth 11.51 million again. These transactions sparked immense curiosity among crypto market traders and investors globally, as they rode a bullish market sentiment wave showcasing the whale's confidence in the asset. However, XRP's price action today appears to have contrasted this sentiment. As of writing, XRP's price noted a drop of 0.46% over the past 24 hours and is currently trading at 62.41 cents. Notably, in the contrast to today's fall, pro-XRP lawyer Bill Morgan also took a bullish stance on Ripple-backed token, proclaiming it to reach a new all-time high in 2024. Meanwhile, amid the ripple effect curated by the crypto market bull run sentiment, altcoins appear to be benefiting alongside Bitcoin. Simultaneously, the derivatives data from the token hints at substantial new money entering the market. Accompanied by heightened market activity, CoinGlass revealed that the open interest jumped 2.23% as of press time, while the volume rose 8.04%. Additionally, a jump in the token's OI-weighted funding rate added to the bullishness, fueling positive thoughts on XRP's price action ahead. As reported by CoinGape Media earlier, a lot of optimism orbiting the token's potential run to $1 appears to be prevailing within the market. Prominent analysts like Agrag Crypto and Dark Defender recently retained their bullishness on XRP's potential run to $1, with the aforementioned whale accumulations further weighing, and crypto market enthusiasts expert further bolstered prices ahead, aligning with market sentiments for XRP. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out so YouTube will recommend this video, and make sure you carefully review this information.